Hey, what's going on? I'm Tia Capri. I'm 32 years old. I live at home with my parents. I can't find a job, and I don't have any money. And me not having money really started when I got injured at work and had to quit. And I've just been bouncing from job to job to job, and there have been other life things that have come into play as well. But mostly, I'm at home, I'm bored, I want to work, but it just seems a little hopeless. And that seems really depressing, but this is my life right now. So I got injured back in 2021. I was a Sonic car hop and my legs just eventually just gave out on me. I was working so much, my legs just gave out on me. And this was like the second time this has happened. So this time around, I can at least walk, but my legs have not been taken care of. I really feel like I need to go to physical therapy, and I can't stay at a job long enough for me to be able to do that. And so yeah, I really need a sit down job. And when you've worked in like fast food all your life, a little bit of retail, a little bit of call center, like you really don't have experience doing anything else. And some of these jobs out here have just been really shitty. And so yeah, I'm just trying to make it to the next day at this point. And it's so hard not to feel like a bum. And I definitely feel like a cliche. You know, you always hear about that uncle that's living at home and doesn't do anything and all this stuff. And I feel like I'm all the guys that I have dated, who are like 30 years old, like still living somewhere they probably shouldn't be. And so yeah, it kind of makes me feel a little shameful, but this is where I am. And I don't know how I'm going to get out. I don't know if I'm ever going to get out, but yeah, I'm trying to keep it moving. I just got done talking to a recruiter for this job, and the job was like $17 an hour. He was talking to me about how my resume looked really great. And then when he told me how much the job was, I was like, yeah, that doesn't seem realistic to me, or that doesn't make sense for me, because the job was kind of far away, and then like the pay was like super low. And as soon as I basically said I wasn't interested in the job, he's like, yeah, these jobs don't make any money, and they're not going to make, basically saying they're not going to make any more money. So it's like the whole facade went away after he said that. It's like he was like trying to build me up and make me feel good, and then as soon as I said, oh, I don't care, he was like, yeah, this is, he's basically telling me it was not a very good job. And yeah, I feel like that's what's been happening to me a lot in the whole job hunting process. It's like these people try to like hoover you in, or try to make you think that like what you've got on a piece of paper is great and you'd be a good fit, and then you get rejected, and it's just, yeah, it's just silly. And I feel like I have rearranged my resume so many times, or there are so many different versions of my resume out there that yeah. So anyways, I need to find a sit down job. It has not been easy. And I have gotten offered, like I did at one point have a chance to go back to my old job. I did have a chance to get a warehouse job, but my issue is my legs are injured and I can't stand for long periods of time. Like I can stand and walk around for maybe like an hour before my legs are tired. So yeah, that's where I am. I need a sit down job, but I feel like it hurts to sit down for a long period of time, and it hurts to stand up for a long period of time. And so I don't know. I almost feel like I need like a mixture of physical therapy and a chiropractor at the same time. so that I can, and also go back on my hormones. I'm transgender, so my body just doesn't feel good right now. And yeah, I get kind of scared sometimes because I'm like, am I ever gonna get out of this? Am I ever gonna just run into the right thing? Am I ever going to have money again? And I just feel like I live with my parents and I get in the way. Like, they've both retired, they both have puppies, and they've got their own thing going. And then I'm just kind of there. I've just always felt like that my entire life. I've always just felt like I'm kind of there, I'm in the way, and I don't feel useful right now. I'm just trying to like make it through the day at this point. But yeah, that's where I am. I don't know if this is a new day or if it's the same day repeated, because it just seems like I'm not getting anywhere. So it's kind of depressing, honestly. I even hate talking about it because it's the only thing going on in my life right now. I really want to go back to school. I liked going to school. Like, I went to school back in the spring of 2024, and that really kept me busy. Not having a job, but like going to school kept me busy, kept me focused, kept me moving forward, making me feel like I was moving forward. I was getting things done. It gave me a focus, and I owe $1,300 to financial aid. So at the present moment, until I get that financial aid paid off, I can't go back to school. And then I'm also transgender. I need to be on my hormones because my hormones help me function as a normal person. And yeah, I'm just kind of a mess right now. And everything is tied to money. That's the crazy part about it. It's like, as soon as I get some money coming in regularly, like, I'll be fine. I'll be able to pay off what I need to pay off. I'll be able to get my head back on straight. I'll be able to be a person again. I feel like a shell right now. And I'm like going through the day without talking to anybody. So I feel like I'm getting like more and more socially awkward. But I'm definitely getting frustrated job hunting. I mean, I have been getting frustrated. It's been like 3.5 years since I've had a stable job that I actually wanted to do and be at. And it's really weird to feel like you can bring in all this money. You know, people are tipping you left and right, and then have to go into a corporate setting and get treated like dirt and not make as much money. And just the whole like corporate America situation just seems insane and just like doesn't make sense and is cold and cruel, and I don't know. It just seems like a joke. The whole thing just seems like a joke. But then I also have that thing in me of like, okay, well, why didn't I do better? And why didn't I prepare for something like this? And da 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 da. I mean, when you don't know any better, you can't do better. And yeah, it's crazy to be in this place and not know what the next thing is. Like, I was always able to fall into the next thing when something happened, you know, and I don't have that here. I'm stuck and trapped at home, not talking to anybody. You can't really go anywhere. It's a weird way to live. I'm dependent on the thing that gets me out the house usually is like going to get food. And so I basically just like wait around to eat all day. Like, that's the thing that I look forward to every day. And it's just so weird. I just want to be me again.